You're watching Teen TV, an official episode of Fact or Fiction, a Nick Ransom production. There are several ways to get involved with Teen TV. First of all, there's Twitter, and the address for our account is twitter.com/UKTeenTV. Then there's our Facebook page, and you can find that at facebook.com/pages/UKTeenTV/106997939361119. If you want to contact us, all your fan mail, pictures and messages should go to teentv@live.co.uk. Our website is teentv.media.officelive.com, and of course, our YouTube channel is youtube.com/UKTeenTV. Hello and welcome to Fact or Fiction, the brand new Teen TV game show that turns your mind inside out. Very simple this game, all you need to do is correctly identify if our general knowledge statements are fact or fiction, or as it's otherwise known, true or false. So let's crack on with these statements. As usual, today we'll complete 4 boards, all consisting of 4 statements on each. So here is board 1, and here is the first statement. All polar bears are left-handed. Is that fact or fiction? The second statement on this board is a cockroach can live 11 days without a head before it dies of starvation. Okay, the third statement is typewriter is the longest word that can be made using the letters only on one row of the keyboard. And the final statement on this board is Mary Byrne appeared on the Irish version of The X Factor. Okay, those are the statements, and now it's time for you to figure out if they're fact or fiction. Okay, it's now time for the answers. The first statement was all polar bears are left-handed. That one is true. Yes, all polar bears are left-handed. How they know that, I have no idea. Okay, the second statement is a cockroach can live 11 days without a head before it dies of starvation. That's false, that one. It can only live, I think, about 7 or 8 days without a head before it dies of starvation. Okay, the third statement. Typewriter is the longest word that can be made using the letters only on one row of the keyboard. That one is true. Okay, the final statement on this first board was Mary Byrne appeared on the Irish version of The X Factor. No, she didn't. We made that up. Okay, now let's advance to board number 2. Okay, the first statement is search engine Yahoo unsuccessfully sued Yazoo for copyright on their name. The second statement. The first email was sent in 1961. And the third statement. Microphone in Italian is microtelefono. And the final statement. The Stade de France is used when France hosts football and rugby matches. Okay, you now have time to figure out if they're fact or fiction. Okay, it's time for some answers. The first statement I gave you was search engine Yahoo unsuccessfully sued Yazoo for copyright on their name. Why they would, I don't know. That is false, that one. The second statement I gave you was the first email was sent in 1961. That's also false. It was sent in 1971. The third statement, microphone in Italian is microtelefono. That statement is also false. We made that up. And the final statement, the Stade de France is used when France hosts football and rugby matches. That is true, that one. Okay, let's advance to the third board on today's show. Okay, the first statement on this board is Wikipedia was set up in 1994. Is that fact or fiction? Second statement, F1 host Jake Humphrey was born in Cambridgeshire. The third statement is identical twins have the same fingerprints. And the fourth and final statement is Elvis Presley was a black belt in karate. Okay, it's time to figure out now if they're fact or fiction. Okay, I think that's enough time to figure it out. Let's have a look at the answers. The first statement was Wikipedia was set up in 1994. No, that's false. It was set up around 2001, I think. Okay, the second statement, F1 host Jake Humphrey was born in Cambridgeshire. That's true, that one. The third statement was identical twins had the same fingerprints. That's false, that one. Everyone in the world has different fingerprints, even identical twins. And the fourth statement, Elvis Presley was a black belt in karate. That's true, that one. So yes, it's time to advance to the fourth and final board of this episode. The first statement then, in space it is impossible to cry. The second statement, slugs have 6 noses. The third statement, gelatophobia is the phobia of being laughed at. And the fourth and final statement is boron is next to carbon in the periodic table. Okay, you now have time to figure out if they're fact or fiction. Okay, let's go through the answers. The first statement I gave you was in space it is impossible to cry. That's true, because of gravity and all that. The second statement, slugs have 6 noses. No, that's false, they actually have 4 noses. The third statement, gelatophobia is the phobia of being laughed at. That's true. And the fourth statement, boron is next to carbon in the periodic table. That is true. Now that is it for episode 2 of Fact or Fiction. Join me again next week for more Fact or Fiction.